All right, now we're going to get all that information we were waiting.
We were
teasing us with a minute
yeah,
ago.
we're in Virgo, boy. It's all Virgo all the time.
Okay.
The sun went into Virgo probably on Monday. Mercury is retrograde in Virgo, and we have the full moon in Virgo. So I think we should talk about Virgo and each one of the 12 signs.
I'm surprised they don't lose their mind.
They have. It's not easy being a Virgo. And yet there's a lot of them. You know, and one of them just won. Kendrick Meek is a Virgo, so that's a good omen for him.
Okay.
Virgo. So we'll start with Virgo. That's the sign we're in. It's about Virgo. It's about what Virgo wants, about what Virgo needs. Virgo normally is not one to go I, me. That's more reserved for the fire signs. But over the next 30 days or so, Virgos are all about projecting their interests and getting their wants, their needs, and putting their interests ahead of everybody else. Normally a self-serving sign, not and a self-sacrificing sign. For the next 30 days or so, they're going to be a self-serving sign. I think that was the toughest full moon for Libra. Libra tries to be all things to everybody. They like everybody to get along and everybody to be nice. And Libra is bending over backwards to accommodate other people. And because that Mercury is retrograde, I don't think it's going to work for them. I think that they are much better off, again, asserting their own needs rather than trying to be what other people want them to be. They should just be what they are.
Yeah.
For Scorpios, it's time for them to call all of their friends and say, look, I need help to get this objective of mine met. And particularly for Scorpio, their younger friends are the ones that have the key to their success rather than their older ones. And they should actually not discount the messenger because of the age of the messenger.
Okay.
For Sagittarians, 10th house of career and public standing. The Sagittarians have been working on professional matters, trying to advance their professional interests, and they were doing great till about a week ago. And then that forward motion seemed to stop, and the devil is going to be in the details. There's some stumbling block to your power that has not really been consolidated yet for Sagittarians. There's some key information missing, and that's what unfolds over the next 3 weeks or so, which ought to be interesting for Rick Scott since he is a Sagittarian.
Okay.
For Capricorns, legal, educational, travel matters go their way, and Capricorns can expect some kind of either legal ruling or educational ruling that occurred the last 3 weeks to be reversed, to be done over again, to be repeated, and it ends up giving the Capricorn more personal power. So although it may not seem like it's working out in their favor, they will find by the next 2 weeks or so that indeed it did, and the law was on their side. For Aquarians, they need to count their nickels and dimes because those things add up to dollars, and Aquarians kind of ignore that kind of thing. And they've been kind of lackadaisical in handling their finances, and particularly their jointly held resources, and they need to pay really close attention to that because, again, the devil is going to be in the details. They need to add everything up twice and make sure it all adds up. For Pisces, this full moon was in their sign, and it's sort of like they need to hear what their partners have to say. Their partners have a laundry list of things that they want that Pisces to do, and the Pisces needs to just give in because the Virgo will nail them, will nag them until they finally go ahead and acquiesce. But their partners for Pisces actually have a case. For Aries, it is time to organize their work environment and their responsibilities. It's not time for a promotion, but it is time for them to really get specific about what does my job require of me and what do I need to do that. Aries are always on to the next thing. They don't want to, they're big at starting things, they're not so big at finishing things. Over the next 3 weeks, they really need to finish things and give it their undivided attention and focus on the details rather than the big picture. Tauruses want to have fun. That's what they want to do. They want to have a good time. All those planets are in their 5th house of amusements, pleasures, sports, and children. So they are trying to do to bring up their creativity and find a way to turn their creativity, something they love to do, from a vocation into a vocation.
There you go. Pat's been working with Brandy on just one of those things.
And you know, it's going to take probably 2 weeks or so to get all those details worked out. But when they're done, it ends up being something very, very good for the Taurus.
All right.
It really does. And then for Geminis, they need to clean up their home. They've got stuff going on at home rather than looking outside. Normally Geminis like to do a little of this, a little of that. They need to focus on their home and solidify those foundations for them. And there's some kind of misunderstanding involving children at home, and the Gemini needs to say, hey, in my house, it's my rules. Pretty much. And then for Cancers, this is in their 3rd house of day-to-day living. Cancers are very busy negotiating, trying to shake out the very best deal for themselves. They've been trying to do it since July. And actually, over the next 2 weeks or so, they get to nail down all of those details, the little tiny things, and it ends up with the Cancer getting what they want, what they've been trying to get since July. And then for the last time, Leo, it's about making money. It's about increasing the amount of money that you make. And there are probably two propositions that are going to be presented to the Leo. One of them's not good. The other one is excellent. They really need to do it. And if they can partner up with somebody younger to make that happen, although the Leo will still be in charge, they will have the benefit of the younger person's expertise and insight, and the Leo can pass it off as their own, which is a very cool thing.
Which is what they like to do.
Because, they're the kings and the leaders, and, somebody's got to be leading the parade, and other people got to be, sweeping behind where the elephants walk. So.
I heard that.
That's tomorrow's news today for the 12 signs of the zodiac.
All right, my dear. Thank you. And if you missed any of Janet's horoscopes, we'll have them posted up on our website. The full video of it, as a matter of fact. Beginning, what does it take you? About half an hour, Andrew? Yeah, about half an hour. It'll be up on the website, myq105.com. My dear, we'll see you next
Wednesday. Always a pleasure.